Let's go to Paul in Canada. Paul, you've got some solutions, you said, on your notes here. Go ahead, Paul.
How you doing, man?
Hey, what's your solution?
Hey, I'm glad to get through finally. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. Actually, not first-time caller. I tried to get through before, but glad to get through to you. I just want to. I got a few things I wrote down. I'm just going to shoot through them real quick, and whatever one you want to touch on or remember, that's great. You can give me a reply.
Go for it.
Here's the first one. Alex is always talking about dead kids. That I just want to say that probably makes a lot of people uncomfortable, and it turns a few people off. It's not so much me, but there's probably a good percentage of people that as soon as he starts talking too blatantly about it's just not so much roasting black kids on the White House lawn. Okay, we all understand the analogy behind that. But when he says grinding up at meat cleavers, and he starts going on about rape and all that stuff, that probably makes a lot of people really uncomfortable. And whether he's trying to get sensational to prove a big message or not, it automatically turns some people off.
So you don't think we should speak out against abortion?
No, absolutely speak out against it, but there's ways to word it that's not so. I mean, no, I'm not.
Yeah, it's very offensive. You know, when anti-abortion protesters go places and show pictures of what they do to the children during the process of abortion, people get very offended by that. They should be offended about it. Anybody with a moral sense should be offended by that, but not at the messenger. Hang on, I'll let you make your other points right after the break. Stay with us.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight, and we've just been talking to callers in the last segment. We had Paul from Canada. He's offering some solutions. Paul, I want to get back to you. One of the things that you were saying was you thought that it turned people off a lot when Alex talks about babies being fed through a meat grinder. And yet, you know, so many times we see, for instance, Obama's drone strikes. We're told how the military goes in and surgically strikes into these areas, and it makes it sound like it's such a clean thing. And yet, as we're seeing in Gaza, there are real human consequences. People are blown to pieces. Children are blown to pieces. And there are real consequences for abortion. We have children who are ripped to pieces. And those pictures are so graphic that they are censored for the most part. They're censored in any media. They're censored even in most demonstrations. They won't allow you to show that because it is offensive. We should be offended by that, and we should try to wake people up with that. And that's what Alex is trying to do. He's trying to appeal to people's emotional compass to try to get them to understand what's really going on here. It is not some antiseptic little surgical thing that's going on here any more than these drone strikes are. But I said I'd give you a chance to give us your other solutions. Go ahead.
Thanks, David. I appreciate it. And I have to say, I do agree with you guys, and I don't want to take up too much time on the subject, but I do agree with you guys. I think he sometimes goes over a little bit too much, and I agree to disagree. And I'm still 100% in support with you guys. Number two, one of the big things that woke me up when listening to you guys is every time he used to say, Beta Pharmaceutical willingly put the SV40 virus into the vaccines back in 19, whatever it was. If I was wrong about that, they'd sue me. That was a huge, huge thing when he said, if I'm wrong about that, I would get sued. But if you guys just mention that line anytime it pops in your head, you'll have new listeners. Because I was arguing with my brother yesterday at work about that same exact thing, and I said, if he was wrong about this, he'd be sued for defamation automatically.
Let me interject something there, too, and that is, it's a known fact, especially with cats, that it's a very frequent phenomenon that they will develop a tumor and cancer at the site of their vaccines. Now, that should tell us something, because our animals have a much faster metabolism. They have a shorter lifespan than we do. They are essentially the canaries in the coal mine. When we see our pets developing cancer from vaccines, that ought to tell us something. But go ahead. I'll let you finish your other points. I just had to interject that. Go ahead.
No, thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. I really agree. Just mention we'd be sued more. If I was wrong about this fact, I'd get sued. Just boom, right there. It's automatic default. They have to believe. Like, I mean, they don't have to believe it. They're going to know it can't be a lie. You can't just come up in the air and make up absolute false lies. You'd be sued all day. Anyways,
that's correct.
Point number 3. There's a new weird Al Yankovic video out there. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's the most blatant Illuminati New World Order stuff there is. It's phenomenal. It's called Foil. Okay,
yeah.
There's two takes on it. I don't know. There's two takes. He lumps in together a bunch of real stuff like the border crisis, and he lumps in together other stuff that's real, like the NSA spying, with absolutely ridiculous stuff, aliens cutting your head off and getting shot. He lumps it in with some crazy stuff, like far past David Icke, with some real stuff, and then he says, there's a big conspiracy, and gets dragged off. Now, there's two takes on it. I'd love to know what you guys think about it. You can talk about it after, though. Sorry,
well, it's kind of you could kind of take it one of two ways. You know, I mean, at first he's doing something, looks like he's making fun of Alex or, you know, the truther movement or whatever. But then at the very end, they do actually haul him off. So, you know, it's like, are you paranoid if they really are watching you? Are you paranoid if they really are pulling you away? So, yeah, you could take that one of two ways. And I think he intentionally left it ambiguous because I don't think he wants to go down on one side or the other. He's just an entertainer. But go ahead. Did you have any other point you wanted to make?
Yeah, and before MP3 sometimes on your site, it drives me nuts because I'm a prison planet member, and sometimes I download daily, and I need to listen. I don't need to listen, but I listen to it at work while I'm working. So I need the MP3, and sometimes it's not there. So if you guys, whoever's doing that, like, if you're going to leave one,
we'll pass that along. Thank you for being a subscriber. I really appreciate your support. Thank you for your call. We're going to be right back with some more of your calls as well as some more news. Stay with us.
You're watching Network Radio. Live from the Media Broadcasting Center.